She said her name is Megan, which is not her real name. But honestly, is that Megan is the name of the spirit that is living inside her body.
You are now saying the traditional healer that received them killed the original girl.
Yes.
So that they can put a spirit in the body.
Exactly. The ministers that I was telling you about, they were using her when they want to sacrifice. They were sending her to hospitals whereby she would like take some needles, what you call injections, and put in the drip, whereby if you are sick or you have a COVID-19 or perhaps or something, they will inject some things in your drip. Then later in 2 days or 3 days, you will literally die.
Do you only notice these things now that you're not together anymore? When you were with her, you knew she was not a qualified nurse, she was not a qualified doctor, but she was operating as one.
Which human can go for 3 days underwater?
Did you see her go underwater?
I've been through the most,
Hi, Centtwinz, and welcome to another episode of the podcast right here on YouTube. And of course, we're not only on YouTube, okay? You can listen to us on other platforms, but I just want to welcome you. We saw the flags, we saw the different nationalities, nations, countries.
We have to shout out Zambia.
Yes.
We have to shout out Zimbabwe. And we have to shout out Lesotho because they say we don't shout them out. We see you.
We see you.
I saw Nigeria.
You saw Nigeria? What's up,
hello,
Nigeria? Welcome. Whether you are watching I've Been Through the Most on YouTube, listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, welcome. We are so excited for you to join us today.
Yeah.
And remember, it's a road to 500,000 subscribers. We are almost there. So all you need to do, if this is the first time watching, make sure that you just click that black subscribe button and be part of the Send Fam. This is a documentary series and documentary podcast called I've Been Through the Most, where we have guests coming to sit on the hot seat to share their story, to share more insights, awareness, and of course to inspire you. So we hope that today's episode is going to do no different. It is a part 2. We've had a part 1, but we have a part 2 because you guys had so many questions
and a lot to say. I mean, even on emails. And on that note, speaking about emails, you can also send us an email on the email address down below, whether you want to sit on the hot seat or simply give your side of the story, or even just want to comment, right?
Yeah.
Good feedback is not bad feedback. Constructive feedback is also very necessary. And while Millicent was speaking about the subscription, I also want to speak about membership. You can be a member on the channel. If you want to continue to support the vision, support the podcast, you can simply click on the button that says member. There are different tiers to it. Simply join it and show your loyalty and your support. It truly, truly, truly goes a long way. Let's get into the second part of our guest. Alimition, welcome back.
Hi, good morning.
Are you good?
I'm okay, thank you for asking. How are you this morning?
We are blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
So, the last time you were here, obviously you came with an interesting story, I must say, that really left so many of our audience surprised, shocked. How has the feedback been on your side?
Okay, I saw the clip just yesterday, and I am so far after I made a clip. Remember, I had to go home and continue finding myself praying, and took some of the advice that you've given to me. But again, hoping that after I finish my story, the team and your people will reach out for advice, and hopefully I can find help continuously. Remember, I'm still somebody who's crying for help. So yeah.
Okay. So when you left here the last time, you said your story is not finished, and for people to be able to help you, or for you to be able to get help, you need to tell the entire story so that the story doesn't get misunderstood. Because I saw a lot of the feedback. People are just trying to figure out, were you just not scammed? Is this more spiritual you making it more spiritual than what it is? Are we reading too much into things? Are you reading too much into things? Did this really happen? Are you stable? You know, like, does this man need help? Actually, is this a fame-seeking thing? Is this an attention-seeking thing? And you want to clarify all those things because this is your life, right? You experience this and you know what you've been through, right? And what I like is that this time you came even with more evidence. So we're going to give you the platform to really just get into your story and tell us the rest of the story and, of course, address those questions.
Yeah, I'll definitely address them, even some of the questions that I didn't give you enough answers, because I was hoping that along the way when I explain, you will eventually get answers. And your people, they admire you for the way you ask questions. I love somebody who interacts a lot. So I hate to speak alone in any situation. And I really appreciate you for that. It will make my story be easy and understandable. So I'm here and I need to acknowledge your people, those who've showed their concern in the comments, and I am willing to receive help, which I'm gonna receive help through you, from you, through your people. But definitely I would really appreciate if I can get help as soon as possible. I've read some comments, some advices, but the one thing that I need to also clarify, it is that what I am sharing, it is what I've experienced 2021, and then it is now 3 years after the experience, which I've read some comments like, I don't know Jesus, or maybe I still need to. I had a lot, which you will now know me, who I am and where I stand today in Christ, and as I'm beginning. But I need to first start by clarifying that I claim that my baby mama, my girlfriend, she's a living spirit. She's a mermaid. I claim to say she's a living spirit. People need to understand, what do I mean by that? I also believe that you also understand, because after the show, I remember you attempted to ask me. So let me answer that. Why am I claiming that she's a mermaid? She's a marine spirit. I've seen a lot of red flags, symptoms that I'm not dealing with a human here in the house. I'm dealing with a living spirit. When I say living spirit, somebody will easily understand. So the time I met her, 2015, only if my discernment was matured enough, I would have identified that this is not a mortal spirit. It's immortal spirit. You know, when you're dealing with a mortal spirit, somebody who has a discernment, they can tell, nah, this one is a human spirit, or this is not a human spirit. And if it's not human spirit, you can tell either is the unclean spirit or a clean spirit. So as I'm speaking today, as I'm telling you today, I discovered later during the process of the relationship, as we lasted 6 and 9 months in relationship, she was doing very strange things and very odd, scary, and the way she was behaving, it was just getting out of hand. She first lied to me. She said her name is Megan, which is not her real name. But honestly, is that Megan is the name of the spirit that is living inside her body.
Okay.
Yes. And she's not, I wouldn't say...
So the mermaid is called Megan.
Megan.
Okay.
Yes. How did the mermaid get into her? She didn't go to join any Illuminati or Satanic. Her mother was dating the ritualist guy that I mentioned, that I said is Okti. So this guy, he saw the potential into that young girl. This is God now showing me what went wrong.
Okay.
It was the year 2012. I was not there. I didn't know the girl by then. This guy, he saw the girl that she has a potential. She's young and very beautiful. She bewitched the girl, which the girl had lost her brains.
This is This is the mother's boyfriend.
Yes, this is a mother's boyfriend.
But this is not the father's daughter, basically.
This is not the father's
daughter.
They were just dating.
Yes, okay.
Yes. He saw the potential in the girl. He saw the beauty, and he made the girl to lose her brains. She lost her brain. They took it all over the traditional healers, pastors. She never got help. Then the guy said, let me rather help the girl. Then the family handed over their daughter to that guy that I named him Octavius. So the guy took the girl. This is what really happened. He had to help the girl, but he didn't help the girl. He literally took the girl because he had a full control of the girl. He killed the girl. The girl's name is Matapelo. He killed the girl. Spiritually, he took Matapelo's soul out of the body. Then he had to put the marine spirit, a mermaid spirit. Then he named it Megan, because that mermaid, it's Megan. Then that girl, when they sent her home, they are happy that she's now mentally
Back,
okay.
yes.
But only she realized that the person who's in that body is no longer their daughter. Their daughter, she's long gone. She's no more. She's not here.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. I just want us to go through it step by step, right?
Yes,
So the baby girl was fine
was fine.
at first after
Yes.
birth, right?
Yes,
And then in the event of the mom meeting the new
the
boyfriend,
ritualist boyfriend,
who is a spiritualist,
a ritualist.
a ritualist, okay, who's a ritualist, then saw a potential because this baby was beautiful, then bewitched the baby girl to be mentally ill or
Yes,
disturbed,
mentally ill,
so
yes.
that the family can be frustrated and then seek for traditional help. He
Exactly.
was then probably the one who's suggesting a
help.
because he knew exactly what he wanted to do,
Yes,
right? Took her there. Then you are now saying the traditional healer that received them killed the original girl
yes.
so that they can put a spirit in the body
Exactly.
of Matapelo.
Matapelo.
And then,
When
so on that day, Matapelo died.
Matapelo died, she's no more.
So basically was sacrificed.
Let me say, I will agree to that. Then now,
Shoo.
in that body, it's no more Matapelo. When they deal with Matapelo, they are not dealing with Matapelo. They are dealing with a spirit, which is the perfect way that I would say she's a living spirit.
So the family is actually raised a mermaid. That's what you say.
They raised her. Now they are living with a mermaid.
How old was she when this happened?
She was 17, 2012. She was 17.
She was 17.
Yes.
Did the family notice?
I'm not sure,
Or
but
this
I
is-
tried to
okay.
speak to the family about the matter. They take me like I'm crazy.
Okay.
Yes. So interesting enough, I'm gonna give you signs and symptoms of that. I was dealing with a mermaid in the house. It's Megan. The family don't know. They don't know this name. To begin with, she was living a lie in her family. She told them that she's in Tembisa. She's studying nursing. She's studying medicine, and she later had to graduate, and she was not doing any of those things. She lied to the family that she's a nurse today, she's a doctor today. So this
A
is
nurse or a doctor?
she's playing both roles. Ninin, you'll see her with the doctor uniform, Ninin with the nurse uniform. Yes. And for her, with this whole thing of playing to be a nurse, it is because of the ministers that I was telling you about. They were using her when they want to sacrifice. They were sending her to hospitals whereby she would like take some needles, what you call injections, and put in the drip, whereby if you are sick or you have a COVID-19 or perhaps or something, they will inject some things in your drip. Then later in 2 days or 3 days, you will literally die. They were using her for such sacrifices. She will wear a uniform. She will go all over the hospitals. If you can check 2019 in this hospital, there's a lot of young babies who died there. Even that matter is still under investigation why the kids they died. It was her and the other people that they were using to sacrifice other kids. It's not the only hospital that she was going. I had an evidence.
So they know her as an employee of the hospital.
Yes, they know her as employee as a hospital. Even in the community that I
So
was
she
staying,
is a qualified nurse,
she's not. She has never studied. She doesn't even know CPR.
but she was hired.
No. She was dressing the uniform.
She was going there illegally.
Illegally. She was using the uniform as a doctor. And at times she would pretend as a nurse.
Yes, but if what I'm saying is that if they know her as an employee, how like I'm just trying to understand
How she was allowed on the
how
premises.
she was allowed in the premises. If they know her as an employee,
I love your
it means she
question.
is hired and she has a
I
contract.
love your question, and I'm glad it's going to just expose a lot, but I'm not about to expose anybody, but I'm just going to state any truth that I know. She will use uniform to go to hospitals to kill other innocent kids. How does she get there? When she's on uniform, security, they just simply allow it. But that is negotiated with the CEOs of the hospitals, which today, if maybe this needed to be followed up, I can attest to it. I can even confirm. The community that I stay with to begin with, if you can go and ask them, who is this girl? They will tell you that's my girlfriend. Where is she working? They will tell you she's a nurse. Some they will say she's a doctor because they often see her with different uniforms. I'm speaking about the community that I'm staying in.
Yeah.
And she's not a nurse. She's not a qualified nurse. She's using those uniforms. It's not the only uniform that she uses when she want to do something. She will sometimes wear a uniform, which that one I don't really know the story. I always ask, why when you wear uniform, what do you tend to do? What do you do with the nurse uniform? I mean, uniform. This is her on uniform. She's
But
never worked in
That's
any
what
bank.
I wanted to ask you, that do you only notice these things now that you're not together anymore? When you were with her, you knew she was not a qualified nurse, she was not a qualified doctor, but she was operating as one.
Yes, and one thing that I always ask her, why do you really have to do that? They say I shouldn't mind their business. Remember, I knew that she's working for the Marine Kingdom. They said I shouldn't mind their business. I should mind my own business. So, as you've seen, I'm showing you the other
So
picture where she's
to hospital, to
even
a nurse,
even
doctor.
yes, she's living maybe 50 lives. Yes, even as for other part, she's even registered on the ITC. But ask me which branch did she work? Can she show you at least one pay slip? She wouldn't show you.
So then how do you know she was responsible for killing people in the hospital?
Okay, let me give you one good reason. Besides that, she was telling me she would wear uniform. I'll ask you, where are you going? She said, I'm going to do sacrifices. Mostly they were targeting twins. Let me be honest with you. Yes. So yeah, they were targeting twins. So she would tell me, I'm going to hospital. I'm going to make sacrifices. They need maybe 300,000 souls. She'll be going around all the hospitals and taking the souls. Some people are spiritually protected.
And
God
what
protected
are
them. They
you
have to-
doing? Are you like you are just a boyfriend?
I'm just a boyfriend watching all these things
so
happening.
you don't there's nothing in you that says this is wrong, this is unethical. You're just riding along, or were you trying to be the voice of reason, but you like I'm trying to
I chose not to mind their business. As they advised me, I shouldn't mind their business.
okay.
To me, by then, it didn't mean harm, but it's not like I didn't see that this is wrong.
So was she physically doing these things or spiritually?
She was physically doing it. You know, there are kids, there are people who, like, let me give you an example. Let's say you have enemy from anywhere who's a satanic. If they attempt to kill you with the car accident today, when you survive the accident, but perhaps you'll be taken to the hospital, she has to finish the job. She will come as a nurse. She will make sure that she finishes you. Again, when Jesus Christ has protected you, they will make sure they put some needles which they will cripple your body. You will eventually die. There are other people who are hard to kill spiritually, but they'll physically force it to happen. Another symptom that I can show you that this person, she's never a human. Every time when I have enemies, or when she has enemies, or those guys when they have enemies, they will say she will drink flying fish. She will drink flying fish, get drunk, then go in a room, and when she comes back, she'll tell me that she's done. She's done with what? I did an accident. They are crippled or something, and the police, when the police find them, they'll find them as drink and driving. When she drinks the and then she causes accident in your car, when the police come and test, they will say you were drinking and driving. So many people, for surviving accident, they get arrested for drinking and driving. It's a way of destroying people.
So it's like witchcraft,
yes,
basically.
you didn't drink alcohol, but you were found drinking and driving. You will definitely get arrested. That's how they also creepy people. How is she doing that? She gets in a bedroom. There's no muti, there's none. It's only a calabash. Then she causes an accident. How does she do that? Is she disappearing, or maybe traveling to the location to cause that? That should be a great sign to show that this person, she's never a human. Interesting enough, she always survived with food, as I've explained food last time. She will, every Friday, we have to go to whereby we have to eat food. Like you can see, there's so random pictures where we eat. If she doesn't eat those food, she will.
all different
Yes.
of eating
Yeah.
You know they came for you with the food thing, right, on the comments,
Yes.
because okay, what are you doing in all this? Like are you just eating it, going about your life knowing this is
Paying the bill.
witchcraft going on? Like, what are you doing? Are you part of this thing,
Was
or
I
you just
participating?
watching? Exactly, that's
Okay.
what I'm trying to figure out.
That's
Like,
also a point to clarify.
yes, what's your involvement? Yes, we're talking about this girl's witchcraft, mermaid spirit, and doing all these things. What are you doing? Are you a part of this?
No, I'm not. I'm going to explain to you. As I was touching the part of the food, she was eating the reason why she has to eat there. She's a spirit. She survives with that food and blood as well. But I've never seen her drinking blood. But eventually she drinks blood in the spirit realm. So if she didn't, maybe she skipped the weekend without eating the food, she will become weak. And eventually she will even get sick. You will see that she's spiritually tired then.
Like
She's
why?
tired.
What is in our food that feeds her?
I'm not sure what they possess in that food. I'm not sure even if that burger it's a beef or something. I'm just not sure.
But so you were showing us different pictures of you guys eating it numerous times, and I mean, firstly you spoke about how much you were struggling and having to sleep on the floor, and but you could afford to go and eat it. Who was paying the bill?
It is me who was paying the bill. And
So that was like your go-to restaurant.
the restaurant part, it started 2018 when she makes a comeback to my life. Remember, I bounced back. I was doing pretty fine. I was kind of recovering my spirit gift without knowing that I'm even recovering from the spirit gift that was taken. When she comes back, she slept with me. She took my blood, meaning she took my gift again. I started to drop financially. And then they now introduced me and said, you need to go with her to speed. I said, why? They said, no, normally those food is a spiritual food. They open luck. That's the only thing that I was sitting on. And as for me, it took me time to understand why every time when I eat, I even get to win a lot of money.
Hey guys, now
I'm telling you. So
Win
only
way.
to find later in the long run, I asked her, you're always going to say you're going to feed. That was the perfect word they were using. So me, what am I feeding? It's me asking her, Minang feeder in, what am I feeding? Guys, did you invoke your spirit in me? Did you possess your spirit in me that if I don't eat, everything gets crippled? Then if I eat, then your spirit works in my favor. What's going on? That's what I always ask them. But I'm going to also cover that when it comes to that part. Trust me. So I was still...
because for me, like I want us to focus on the girl and what they were doing and not on the actual brand. Like I don't want this episode to end up being about because it's not about the brand. You know what I mean?
Every time when she eats food, when we get home, there will be a rain. Especially if she comes, yes. I used to call her a rainmaker. And some pastors from our town, they will call her, yo, thank you so much. Our things are becoming fine. I was doing a conference and you blessed me for being around. Who is she, this person that they call every day and like be grateful? Other pastors, they become grateful. I didn't understand who is she, but I noticed that she's a rainmaker. Somebody who could like just cause rain now and again. That should tell you a lot about her. And then she was, during the full moon week, she would go to the river and she will go to the Fall River. She will spend 3 nights. I will stay with the son. 3 nights. During the week of full moon, there are prayers that they do. If you can also check, every full week of full moon, there's always going to be a rain, whereby there are things that they do spiritual. The marine kingdom, there are things that they do spiritually. And trust me, which human can go for 3 days underwater? I mean, there are a lot of people who are satanic, but they don't physically go underwater. Maybe they go once when they get initiated, then that's it. But she goes whenever.
Did you see her go underwater?
I always accompany her, then I go back. But I didn't see her like going.
But
boom.
you left her there.
Last time I left her, it was in Benoni. Benoni is not far from where I stay. She said no, she has to go to Benoni because Val River, it's full. She can't use it. And it's been closed because there are people who are drowning. She was like now changing the direction. She was using Benoni Lake. I would like accompany her, she would go there, then I would come back. I wouldn't see her. She would say, yes, fine, leave me.
What were you as a boyfriend leaving her in the middle of the river? You just drop her and you leave.
Yes, I always thought every satanic, they all go, when they reach to their world, they always go underwater, and which everybody knows that. But I think it was easy for her because she was never a human. It's easy for her to drown and go underwater and spend 3 nights. She was going for days. 3 days full. As they took my blood, my ring and her ring, she took them to the river on that day, and then she brought them back. Then she asked me to propose, which I was in a restaurant. I kneel down and I proposed. I said, will you marry me? By just saying, will you marry me? Already these rings, they done some rituals, which was accompanied by blood. It's confirming that when I asked her to marry me, when she said yes, it was a blood covenant that I made that she should marry me, which I am married to her. And my family, they don't know anything about that. You've seen me with the ring on my finger. If you check, that ring is on the left finger and exactly here. Am I married to her? To my family? No. Then they are the ones who advised me to put it here. And my reason I was putting that ring because of they told me that it's for protection against any spiritual attacks. So why didn't we just get married like in a normal way? When you got married, did you spill your blood? Did you spill your blood? Why did we spill our blood?
But you did it.
Exactly.
Did you ask?
Exactly. What was I marrying? Is that a human way of getting married?
So why
It's not a
did
human
you
way.
agree to it if
I
you
was
knew it was not a human way of doing it? I mean, you just said that on that day, she went to the river to I don't know what you said
3 days.
for with the rings and did whatever, but you still put it on.
Remember, I explained that my purpose when they bring the ring, they said they're gonna give me a ring. It's gonna be for protection. But then now they are manipulating me and say, why can't you propose me her with hers? Me, I'm just gonna get a ring and just put it in a finger. When I proposed to her, literally, I don't know what they did to the ring, but rituals were performed in the name of it's for protection. Then I asked for as a proposal. But what about mine? What do I do with mine? I have to put it in any finger, but now they direct me here. That should make some sense. Why did they say I should put it here? And I had to put it here. And then later I realized the time we were fighting when she made confession. That is when she told me that I was marrying you spiritually. What was I really marrying spiritually? Was I marrying a human or that spirit? I was marrying that spirit because if she was a human, our marriage was going to be conducted in a physical way and in a simple way. So I made a vow, I made a covenant, I made a pact, which is a very, very stronghold to my life. I'm not saying I don't trust God. I can pray. I prayed. I've done it, and I feel like sometimes the viewers feel like I don't know how to pray. But believe in me, some things maybe they have a special assignment for them to be dealt with.
So are you still married?
The marriage is still affecting me. Trust me.
But are you still married?
I am still married because I've tried to break the covenant. It's still intact. Why am I saying that? I'm still dreaming having sex. I mean, this very morning.
With this lady?
With this lady. And when the way she appears, it's her I sleep with her. When she leaves, she will run using the window. When she turns, I will see like, wow, the teeth, they're not for human. I will see an animal. I said, oh my God, this has been happening for years. For years. I tried everything. So I'm going to continue with the experience that I dealt with during the time. As we were moving in floods, I was doing well financially. I was the one buying her those food. It was a norm. In our life, it was a norm. We used to live with that food. I just buy her. Even me, I used to buy it. And me, at the same time, I kept asking them, why am I winning every time when I eat this food? It's not like I was not winning without the food. But now I'm staying with her. There's a spirit that's inside me. If I don't eat those food, literally, I get crippled. So I notice every time when I eat this food, I'd be starting to have money. That is the question. Was I participating or something? I was eating, but I was aware of it. Every time when I eat this food, they work in my advantage. I thought it's a norm. Everybody who eats that, it works for their advantage. But only to find that it works for those who are spiritually possessed. Yes. So, 2020, my son was doing 4 years. It was his birthday, July. He ate a lot of cake. He started acting so strange. And I looked at him. He was behaving like an animal. I said, no, look at my son. Why is he acting like that? He became defensive. Instead of being a concerned parent, she became protective. She said, no, he ate sugar. When kids, they ate sugar, they are like that. I said, no, this is abnormal. He behaves like an animal. This is a spirit manifestation. What did you and your mother put to my son? She said, no, I'll consult about it. She consulted. She came in and 30 minutes she came back. She said, no, she gave me those terms. When I check on YouTube, it's more like true. But I saw that was a spirit manifesting in my son. I brushed it off. Then it happened the very 2020. I had a dream. I dreamed me and my baby mama, we went to buy 3 cows, big one and 2 small, and we put them in a yard. We bringing those cows to give a snake in the house. When I woke up in the morning, I said, I shared the dream. I said, I dreamed this. What does it mean? She said, let me go and consult about it. When she comes back, she said, 3 people are going to die in your family. I said, for what? He said, no, this thing, it happens to everyone in the family, especially if you're coming from the royal family. I said, how does it happen? What do you mean? He said, for you to stop the death from coming, you should buy at least 1 cow. Then they will help you.
Sorry to take you back a little bit and to interrupt. you said she goes to consult. So I hear it's a recurring thing. Consult. Consult where? With who?
She locks herself in a bedroom. There's no mood. It's only a calabash. There's no muti. I'll show you the calabash in the picture.
Yeah, but when you say it's only a calabash, there's no muti. Like, you're not sure about that.
No, she always go and consult and she comes with
But you
stories.
don't know what's in the calabash.
I don't know what's inside
Yes.
the calabash. Yes.
So now, every time she goes to consult and comes back to give you feedback, do you realize that you are asking her questions? Then she goes to seek the answers and comes back to you. So it's like you are both consulting to that. So
Me, I would ask her-
why do you feel that she needs to give you answers and solutions to things?
You know, if someone she plays a role of being a sangoma or traditional healer and they know it all. Everything you ask, they know it.
So
because
she
they have
became
ways to
that person, okay.
Yes. Even any spiritual advice, she will be the one to answer me. Even especially when I ask about a dream. She went to consult and they said to me, you need to buy a 1 cow at least. I said, buy 1 cow. For what? I said, I use the Zulu word, lenrashit. I mean the Sotho word, lenrashit. I don't know English. It means, did you guys give me a snake? I asked, do we have a snake in the house? She said, no. I said, then why do I have to buy a cow? What's going on? Then I started to wonder. 3 weeks later, my uncle passed on. I was like, you guys here are prophets. You always see everything. Why didn't you tell me about the sickness of my uncle? I said, no, they didn't say it. Then my family, we arranged for a funeral. And then 7 January, we had to bury him. During the week of preparing to go home, my baby mama said, Ish, your uncle, your family are going to take his spirit. You must help him. How do I do that? Your uncle was a church member of the big church that I mentioned in Limpopo. You must take his clothes and with his stick, give to your family. Tell them that they must dress your uncle those clothes. I took those clothes to my home. I said, my prophet said I must tell you to take his clothes.
Your prophet.
Yes.
That's a problem. You see, you had made her your prophet.
He said, I must give you these clothes so that you can dress my uncle. He wants to go with his church uniform, khaki. They call it khaki. Ne? They will understand what I'm talking about. And then my family didn't do that. When I came back, I said, you guys are satanic. And yet you advised me to take my uncle's and to take my uncle's uniform to give it to him. What does that have to do with you? Later, 2021, when she made a confession, said, you sacrificed my uncle. You married me. So now it's easy for you to sacrifice because I'm married to you. You can sacrifice in my family because you're now part of the family. And then you say my family must dress my uncle his clothes. So why is that? He said, no, actually it was a way for us to take his soul. So through the uniform, she said yes.
So the dream of you guys buying cows to bring it back home. So bentwele or what? Was that a confirmation? Or there is a spiritual snake maybe that is there or what?
For me, it was a wake-up call. What do I have to do with snake that I feed? Snake that it felt like I know about it in a dream. So literally, when I'm staying with the girl, there was a snake that is involved in my life, which I didn't know. I don't even know I'm aware of. Like some people, when they sleep with you, literally they can possess you with a snake spirit, which that snake later will come demanding. I will tell you even more detailed after she left my life, what really happened. That's why you see me standing here today. In 2021, as I've explained this one, I started to be awake. I started to question a lot of things. I don't know your home. It's been 6 years. Can't you introduce me to your family? Why are you hiding? What's going on? They start panicking. You said your name is this. Now this is going on. Who's this guy? I want to see this guy. Where are the ministers? I'm going to also cover the part of ministers. You asked me what if they were downplaying, they were role playing. As part of the ministers that I'm talking about, I'm not even taking chances. I dealt with them. How am I saying that? They were saying to come and take my girlfriend every time when they want to do rituals at Sasolbeck. They were sending interviews. So it's son of one of the ministers. And I was a jealous boyfriend, whereby sometimes I thought he's dating, because this guy every time he comes and takes my baby mama. But I needed to prove that for sure that you're not going to this guy's house and have fun, and in the name of you're going to work. And then I would need her to call me. At times I would need her to video call me. His gallery on the phone, every time when she left, she would come with the new pictures whereby I can see she's with them. Some of the celebrities, I don't need to mention them because they didn't victimize me, but she's in that cycle. Not only the 6 ministers, but these ones are the ones that have victimized me, are the ones who took from me. But the rest, they were just gaining from the benefits of my spiritual gift, which they didn't even know where are they getting all these powers. So if I'm just going to continue, 2021, they saw that now they are losing me because now I'm awake. She started by proposing to take my son's blood and my son, my blood as well, which is, for my side, is what it's going to be for the 3rd time taking my blood. And I refused. I said, no, you're not going to take my blood, you're not going to take my son's blood. It's like ukthwala ngengane. I'm not going to allow that. She said, yeah, she would do it. It's her child. Then we started fighting. Plan B, as I was leaving, literally leaving her, whereby there was a time I left for 6 months, went home, sitting down and calculating everything that is happening, that these people that I'm staying with, there's more to what they're doing in my life. They saw that I'm leaving. They wanted to cripple me. They tried to infect me with HIV. She went to the river. She got HIV spirit. She wanted me to get HIV. She slept with me once, then she stopped sleeping with me for good. She said, no, I should focus on my spirituality. She can't sleep with me. Even her, she has to focus on her spirituality. But she kept sending me to go and test. I said, why are you
She was
sending
pushing
me?
you
Yes.
to go and test, yeah.
Yes. And then why are you pushing me to go and test? He said, no. There was a moment where they were claiming that they're helping me with my back pain. From 19 years of age, after breaking my virginity, I started to have a back pain, which I thought maybe it's a witchcraft or something's wrong. Only to realize that this has to do with my spiritual gift. You understand? So they were claiming that they're helping me. He said, no, they were in your home. They put some spirit that are causing the back pain. Now, when we remove the spirit, we need to make sure that they don't leave any cancer, HIV and all that. But it was just all a lie. Then I kept testing. I was worried. Why you busy saying I must keep on testing? Then she said, no, that's the reason. I said, okay. I brushed it off. She said, no, for us to cover your thing, you need to go home, and it's either gonna sacrifice your child, your firstborn. I said, how am I gonna do that? Because I'm not one of them, and I can't do that just for a pain. She said, otherwise you're not gonna be well in your life, and this is gonna kill your manhood.
This is your girlfriend telling you
this?
This
Is my girlfriend. I said, no, I can't do that.
And this is her son.
Yes.
But she is
I
offering
had 2
you.
kids. There's the first child that she insists that I should sacrifice. I said, I can't do that. She said, okay, there's plan B. You can go to Limpopo and tell us where are you going exactly, your home or your cousin's home, then we can see. I said, I'm going to my cousin's house. Said, okay, you can go, must go home and find a girlfriend and sleep with, and don't use condom, so that thing that they put in you, it can go to someone. Do you know what was that? Why was that? Apparently, when I'm going to my home, they check spiritually who they can hook me up with. They prepared me that I must go look for a girlfriend and sleep with, only to realize that they are sending people who are HIV. When I got there, even my family, they were using them to destroy me. I was surprised when I got there. They bringing my cousin's sister. She's bringing her 3 friends. Said, "Keba basadi, here are the ladies. Don't you want them?" I can say this is sister, but they didn't understand. And then instead of me sleeping with, remember I was prepared to go sleep with someone. But lucky enough, I worked with HIV as a facilitator, whereby I was testing people. I know HIV is all everywhere. Before I sleep with anyone, I test them. When I test them, 2 line, all of them, 4 girls, 2 line. I said, what is going on? These people, they are setting me up with HIV. I said, no.
Wait. Which? So
did you
so
open
you
an
travel
HIV
around testing station right
Something
there?
like that, trust me. If I didn't know how to, I was going to be screwed. So when I continue, they said, but you need to finish what you started. And remember, it's my girlfriend who's sending me to sleep with someone. This didn't...
How would you approach someone to want to test them?
No,
Like-
it's easy way. It's easy. But
So,
that would-
so you travel with the small testers.
I have them, yeah, in a pack. I'll buy them.
So
in
you
crates.
literally test.
I'll propose, like, I would propose to you, we date, then we start talking, we do a health communication, you understand, Mas? So, you understand, then it gets to whereby I would love to know your status. What do you think? You don't push it.
Okay.
You don't
So
push it. You
Do I
naturally.
have communication?
Exactly. Yes, I was doing health communication.
Oh, you were like counseling.
A facilitator. So
I
listen to this one. I said, no, I'm not gonna do this. This doesn't work. Then I met this girl. We tested. She was one line. Then we had to go intimate. Now, I was.
how maravilla.
Then this one, there's this one who tested one line, which I was ready to go down with her. And then my cousin offered me a room. We were sitting in a room, busy playing around, busy seducing. I took off my shirt.
Yeah.
We were playing. Then I had to go and pee. I put on my clothes. When I go to pee, when I do this, I see some snake skin.
On you?
Yes. I called my cousin and said, come and see. Look, these are the snake skin, like some dots. You know, snake said has some dots. They are all over my body. I said, this girl, she has a snake spirit. He said, oh my God. She asked me, did you sleep with him? I said, not yet. I just had to pee. Then I saw this. He said, brah, no, leave her. I left the girl.
Sure.
I called the baby man and said, you guys, the people that you say I must sleep with, they're all positive. I saw some snakes, but now
So your girlfriend was actually sending you people to sleep with,
Exactly. It's like she wanted to.
and you were ready.
Sometimes when you're being manipulated and when you're desperate for help, they'll make you do things.
So
So
wanted
this
to
was
just help
all
your back
the
problem.
bag.
Yes, this was all in
My bag.
Yeah.
And it was all a lie. My bag has to do with my spiritual gift. Until I'm activated, until the spirit is fully taking a full control of my body, then the pain will stop. So listen to this one. The day we were fighting, you said I must do this, I must sacrifice my child, I must do this. Why all that? She told me that no, you wanted to put a snake spirit in you. She's dealing with the Marines, but it looks like the Marines are not doing enough. Now they have to put a snake spirit in me. They wanted to put a snake spirit, and then why the HIV? They wanted to cripple my destiny. Once you are HIV, the HIV is a spirit. In English, how could you put it? It dilutes your blood.
Yeah.
Whereby once you have HIV spirit, what it will do to your body, it will close your vision. It will close everything. You won't have a strong connection with God. And another
Like it
thing,
taints your blood
it tastes-
almost.
Thank you.
Okay.
It taints your blood. And another thing that the HIV spirit does to a person, it will whisper, it will come in visions, in dreams, whereby you would dream getting initiated. You will think like you have a spiritual gift of being a sangoma, a traditional healer.
Okay.
That they were trying to get the spirit in me so that it can cripple me and take me to the other direction. She started taking my underwears. She would like perform some rituals. Every time I'll check my underwears, 3 of them so far, they are burned. It's like she was performing rituals on them. I said,
Okay.
why were you burning my underwears? She confessed that we wanted to orchestrate you. Actually, they orchestrated me. I don't think I still produce. Because when she was
What
burning
is
my underwears,
orchestrating?
Like fertile. Like you
Oh.
won't be
I won't be
able to have
producing,
kids.
yes.
Okay.
Because after that, I started to experience some symptoms whereby my sperms, they are kind of hot. And I said, like, okay, they actually did it. From 2021 until today, I would have got someone pregnant. So they actually kind of orchestrated me. I don't want to lie to you. So I made a confrontational. We fought. She confessed everything, which I had to put her on a record, which even if they're claiming that I'm destroying their names, allow them to dig the grave for them. Because if it means they have to drag me to court in defamation of any character, I am just going to produce something that they never expected. I had her confession where I recorded her telling me that who sent her, why and what and where, and why is she with me. And then I said, okay, if this is the case, just leave me with my son. He's not safe to be with you. We agreed. This is a way for me to let go. I'm not going to kill you. I should have done it. You see many men who kill women out there. Sometimes they're getting pushed. I was in that stage, but I had to hold myself. I had to be strong enough. 2022, I asked her, if you really want to see your son, come and do the damage control. You took my blood. You took a lot from me. Can you bring my blood back? She said, I will do that. And then she brought the calabash that I showed you, which is the calabash. I said,
So is that how she's bringing her blood back?
she said she's claiming that. She brought the calabash.
So you have it with you, the calabash.
The day she brought it, she said we have to go and burn it. She will speak everything that she has done, then it will be broken. We took the calabash to the bush because you can see I'm with her.
You're in the bush there,
Yes.
yeah.
Then we broke the calabash. Then he said, okay, now give me the child. I said, first take me to the guys who sent you to my life. Who is this Okti? He took me to Okti. I confronted Okti. I told him, those who will listen the clip.
Is that Okti on the voice note that you sent us?
Yes.
So then Okti, then it's just a name that you put for
his
the
name,
person.
definitely.
Okay.
He even confirms. Does not even to hide it.
Okay. So then says in the voice note that you maybe you need counseling or something. He just acted like you losing it. And then so that's the part that I heard also when the girl was admitting to the stuff that she did to you, and then he kept quiet.
Yes.
So what are you planning to do with that confession?
Honestly speaking, it's okay. Okay, as I was recording that, I knew that this guy, he might either start to deny, he might just leave the girl in trouble, only to find out, okay, these guys, they're the ones who were using the girl. Now they are turning against the girl. He was trying to cover him. And as for me making the record, I just needed that to be evident enough that these guys, they're the ones who were crippling my future and my career. Should I take them to court, then I can have evidence, which I did try to court to open a case. They were always dismissing me.
Okay.
Yes, they were always dismissing me. So this guy, as somebody will listen, it's English and Sutu. Those who will be listening, it's kind of like this guy. I was confronting him. He first started by denying the whole fact, and I told him that now you're denying, you're leaving this girl in trouble alone. Where else? I'm asking you to fix this problem. He started by denying, but later I have to leave them in a car. I left. When I come back, as I left them discussing, he started to now be speechless, and he asked me, okay, what do you want me to do? I made my demands. I said, I want my money that they took from me, which I will share some proof of payment that they took. Some of it I don't have proof of payment because I was giving him hard cash. And then I told him that they made me marry the girl without my knowledge. I need that marriage to be broken. She took my blood. That is a spiritual gift that they tampered with. I need them to bring everything that they took from me. And I told them that you guys were always, that one, I'm sure you had it, you were always saying I must go to spare and feed. It shows that you guys had put some spirit in me, and if I don't feed, what will happen to me? I will suffer. That spirit will work against me. I will eventually be financially crippled. So clearly there's a spirit that you guys possessed in me. So I need them to take that. Baby Mama said to me on that clip, said, I'm sure they will hear it, me and her, we can go and seek help. I said, no, this guy is the one who's going to take his spirit because it's his own. And then they said, we agreed that they will fix it, but that didn't help. They never came back to me again. When I called them, they never spoke to me. Another thing that made me to stand up until today, they kept quiet for a long time. Now they are coming for me. They are coming for my son. I'm comfortably sitting with my son, trying to move on, praying and focusing on my life, which I was doing well financially. She started December and saying she's taking my son for good. Now she's taking me back. She's taking my son. They're going to do the same things that they do to me.
Did she take your son now?
I'm still staying with my son.
Okay.
But she's fighting. She's doing every means to fight my son, to take my son back, as she's the mother.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot to unpack, and I know you first came to our podcast, and we really did, before even playing your episode, we really did just try and really figure out, because we understand that certain things, then it's not just like a podcast, not just us sitting here talking. Like you said, it's a cry for help, and you need help. So really, like, a lot of prayer, a lot of fasting, a lot of deliverance, just happening, like, just behind the scenes for you, right? Just trying to get you that help. So for me, it's, you can have people trying to help you, right? And then you can have you still having open doors, right? Still going to consult to that person and that person and doing this. And it's like, you're going to move step forward and then move steps back. So you have to decide, right? Going forward, this is how I want to be helped. Like, if you want to be delivered by God, and you're like, God, I want to be delivered, and this is the route that I'm going, and I'm willing to put in the work, and that has to be the only route. Because if you're trying to get many ways of trying to get help, you're gonna keep moving forward, backwards, right? So We spoke to Pastor Michaela, who we're going to have after you on the show, by the way.
It was going to be so nice to have both of them.
To have both of them,
It
right?
was going to be so
yeah,
nice.
so
I would love that.
she's really just trying to help us even understand the intensity of what is happening to you right
What's
now.
actually happening
Because
from a
there's
spiritual
people
context.
listening, and then there's the shock, and then there's this, but actually spiritual things are real, right?
Yes, very true.
And she's going to help try unpack this whole thing so that people at home can also be helped and they don't fall into the same trap. Because clearly, once you fall under the first trap, it's like it's a roller coaster
it
of
is.
just
It's an upgrade,
exactly. It's an upgrade, and then because then it sounds like we've been asking questions like, but you allowed that, but it's like the manipulation and the thing happened. So who's that? That's you.
Interesting enough,
What are you wearing here?
this came as a part of a spiritual calling. I almost answered to it. I almost found myself getting initiated in a way of I'm going to be a traditional healer. And after the truth and gospel was preached to me, trust me, these things, they don't add up with God. Because this whereby I will see a snake coming to me and say, I want blood. I will ask, what kind of a spiritual gift is this that says I want blood?
Because it's a portal that you've opened. Mere fact that you wearing that attire, it's you accepting certain things in your life. It's you opening certain doors. This is why then you begin to see things. You understand that.
I see
So
that.
you have to make that choice. If you saying that, God, I want you to help me, you have to stick to one route. Like trying to get help everywhere,
It's not going to work.
that's not gonna work.
I fully
But we've run
agree.
out of time. We have Pastor Michaela outside. We're gonna continue the conversation and we're gonna continue. you know,
I think also
Yeah.
maybe just to elaborate on what Millie said, and just for our viewers, for us, yes, we care about the stories, right? But we also care about the person more. We care about your well-being and your spirit and you being delivered and saved more
not
than
just
the
content.
fascination of the content of the story.
story.
Does that make sense?
Let's say I find help, and my son also finds help, and then the girl still having access to the baby. Isn't it a step back? Is it going to be a problem? It's a long way back.
No,
But
it's
let's begin.
not. But
It's
also
not.
don't give it so much power. Like you've already decided that you are defeated. And you are saying because the girl and the child, you are equally the parent, aren't you?
I am.
But you are
this-
already giving her that power. Like
As if she's more powerful.
You already feel defeated before you even started fighting.
Let's wrap this one up. We will come back. I promise we are coming back, and it gets better. It gets better because there is light at the end of the tunnel. In fact, there is light with us all the time. Our God, who says, I'll never leave you, not forsake you. I look forward to what's going to happen next. I look forward to the completely convicted, completely delivered, and completely set free version of our brother. So we have to wrap this one up. From myself, Innocent,
And myself, Millicent.
and our guest Alimition, and our incredible team who make it all happen. It is bye for now.
I've been through the most, been through the most. I've been through the most, through the most. I